That was a warm-up shot, chat. Okay, you know, like you gotta. Oh baby, let's go! I told you, it's just a bit of warm-up. That's all we needed. The redemption. Let's go. We're ready for game number 2 and shot number 2. Easy money all day long, baby. All day long. We have everybody here in for game number 2. Let's get ready. Game number 1 of series number 2 with Oxygen Esports is gonna be on your right side versus Three-Legged Cat. Let's go, baby. Redeemed. Let's go. Woo. Alrighty, let's go into this draft. Battlefield of Eternity. Three-Legged Cat on your right side. Oxygen Esports. Sorry, Three-Legged Cat on your left side. Oxygen Esports on your right side. Woo. I just needed a form shot, chat. You know, I just needed a form shot. I gotta get my form down. Alrighty. What happened? I didn't see nothing. Woo. Alrighty, going into game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Oxygen Esports will have first pick and resultingly first ban. Let's see what they take off the table right here and now. Gonna see a Sylvanas ban right there. No surprises whatsoever. A generally strong hero that is, of course, very good anytime you're talking about push. As is typically the norm anytime you have a Battlefield of Eternity game, I fully expect to see an early Li Ming pick. Teams generally don't prioritize Li Ming enough to ban her, but they do prioritize her enough to pick her before that third ban. Hogger also going to be taken off the table right here by Oxygen Esports. Ooh, Crushinator said that something happened to his outside internet line and his ISP will have to send a tech and it will not be fixed today. And I am so sorry to hear that. Hopefully things get fixed soon. Alrighty, well, if anybody else, any of my other mutuals would like to go ahead and co-cast this with me, I do say mutuals, I don't want just some random chump off the street stepping in here like, I'll do it, Mockery. If anybody else would like to co-commentate for today, that would be amazing. Please don't leave me on an island to do this by myself. Alrighty, as we get ready for Oxygen Esports versus Three-Legged Cat. I was about to clip the first shot, but while clipping it, I hear Mockery say that he will ban whoever clips it. That moment didn't happen, okay? If you clip that first shot, okay, you are dead to me, alright? You could be my own mother, okay? My mom could come in like, hey, sweetie, I clipped that moment from your stream, and I'd be like, Mom, it's over, okay? Alright, we've had some good moments in the past, you know, we had a good run, but I don't want to see you again, okay? Do I count as a mutual? Yes, like several of you in the chat right here. Rockwell, Ghost Dunk, Starcaller, you are all mutuals. Unfortunately, Crushinator was not able to come here today due to some internet issues. Highly unfortunate. And now Li Ming, of course, I mentioned earlier with that early priority, always expected to be seen. Ghost Dunk says, I'll hop on now if you want. I got multiple of y'all asking to join right here, so we're gonna go ahead in and do this in a fair way, really quick. I'm gonna say right here. Okay, real quick. RNG 1 to 3. RNG 1 to 3. I'm not gonna do that one because I didn't assign a number yet. 1 is Starcaller, 2 is Rockwell, 3 is Ghost Dunk. All right, 1 is Starcaller, 2 is Rockwell, 3 is Ghost Dunk. What? That is not. 1 is Starcaller, 2 is Rockwell, 3 is Ghost Dunk. Rockwell, you want to get in here and co-commentate this game with us? Let's go. Alrighty. Because I can't have everybody. I can't just bring in all the mutuals and we all just, as a community, commentate these games. We got to do this as a duo. The most is 3, okay? And even 3 is kind of a crowd, to be honest. Alrighty. As we see Genji picked up by Harayev and Malfurion locked in by Captain Rex. Rockwell if you would like to co-commentate the RNG gods have chosen you. We could also just do a rotating co-cast as well. That is always absolutely an option. And now Hans gonna be on that Vala. Hans is of course also known as Nick, and Bad Benny on that Diablo. Rockwell, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a call right here. Let's get ready for some Heroes of the Storm action. Rotating co-casters between games, that is exactly what I'm saying. Alrighty, I am calling Rockwell on Discord. Hopefully she'll be able to get in here. Rockwell, are you here?
What's up?
What's up, Rockwell? You ready to co-compensate some Masters Clash?
Hell yeah, I'm ready to... Wait, can I say hell?
Yeah, you can say hell yeah. It's fine.
Hell yeah, I'm ready to.
Just try not to say words like... Alrighty, as we get into series number 2, game number 1 between Three-Legged Cat and Oxygen Esports, the Swarm hosting is indeed what's going to be happening right here today. Alrighty, I'm gonna just gonna get a revolving door in of our co-casters right here as we go into Battlefield of Eternity. And this is, of course, Three-Legged Cat versus Oxygen Esports. Rockwell, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I woke up to having a cat snoozing on my face, so, you know, that's always a pleasant wake up in the morning. How are you?
I feel like that's not a pleasant wake up. I feel like that would inhibit breathing.
Ah, but it's adorable.
Ah, yes. I would love to adorably suffocate, alright, but I'm doing well as well. As now our game loads in here, I'm just having fun co-commentating, being with my friends. Unlike Crushinator, who abandoned us. I will never forget this. Alrighty, but we go into game number 1 of series number 2, Three-Legged Cat versus Oxygen Esports. Johan Ayaya gonna be on that GARROSH, Drakir on the Li Ming, Captain Rex playing that Malfurion, Harayath on the Genji, Menaldor on that Yrel, and Rockwell, who do we have on the side of Oxygen Esports on our right side?
Well, on the other side, we got Bad Benny on Diablo, we got Hans on Vala, we got Yasu? Is that how you say it?
That is Yasu.
Anduin. Hasu is over there on Junkrat, and I'm not sure what the Blaze's name is. 19. 19 CM on Blaze.
That is, you can go ahead and call him Copenhagen already,
Oh,
or
okay.
just Copen. And now Bad Benny taking significant damage here in this bot lane. Both teams trading a bit of damage right here. Blaze looked for the pressure. Copenhagen wanted to see if they could find something with an early 5-on-4, but will rotate back on over to that top lane. Bad Benny tossed into the thick of things, but it's actually Johan Ayaya who's taking damage and will go down. A quick first blood for Oxygen.
Ooh, that's a bit rough there. Sometimes, you know, the throw goes well, sometimes it doesn't. I think Diablo actually kind of wanted that throw there.
You know, as they say, no matter how well a GARROSH is playing, he is always throwing. That is, of course, the natural rule of GARROSH. Notice Bad Benny's positioning right there, not standing exactly in the bush so as to avoid the Li Ming arcane missiles. Of course, I said that right as he ate a full combo. And now Oxygen looking for an early first siege camp right here, already pressuring it out, will get the capture right away. Blaze did start a rotation down to bot lane, but Copenhagen is not needed and will head back to that top lane.
The Genji there was there to slow the rotation, but, you know, also got the call out of like, hey guys, Blaze is coming in, we don't want this 5v4, so it probably helped the team to back out there too.
Yeah, Battlefield of Eternity, when you see it played in SL, oh, hold on a second, as Bad Benny actually lands the flip combo. There's Chiasu with the follow-up. I don't know who Chiasu is, but they get the root. Menaldor will go down. A quick double kill for Oxygen now, 2-0 in favor of nothing. And now they have their siege camp going to be pressured out in this top side right here. And the members of Three-Legged Cat know they're not going to be able to contest it too hard. Instead, way down here, looking to see if they can pick anybody off in the rotation. Look to see if they can bait Hasu into overextending. By the way, Rockwell, most annoying thing about casting Oxygen, they have a guy called Yasu and a guy called Hasu on the same team. I'm pretty sure they did it just to mess with the casters.
Oh, Genji jumping in there, did not want to be in there, got an immediate stun by Diablo, but he dashes out. His team is there, right to help him.
And now the members of each team surely going to go over to their bruiser camp right here. No surprises whatsoever. Anybody that's played Battlefield of Eternity more than twice has seen this play at least twice. And now both teams taking out their bruiser camps. An early level lead secured for the members of Oxygen Esports. You love to see it. And I just remembered I'm supposed to be showing talents. You know,
casually just forgetting about those things that happen every couple
talents,
levels.
I've heard this theory that talents are kind of important to Heroes of the Storm. I'm not quite sure if I fully buy into it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and appease the people who think they should be shown. As now we continue forward with the what the heck is going on bot lane as Hasu gets dropped by the members of Three-Legged Cat right then and there. And now evening up the kill pressure a little bit, 1 kill to 2 now between the two teams. Both teams will lose their bruiser camps right here soon as we finally see some pressure onto this objective. Bad Benny lands the stun onto Hariath. The CC chaining is beautiful. Gets another kill right then and there. Hans now getting aggressed onto Ban Johan Ayaya will not be able to find the throw combo right then and there. There is a stun flip, not actually going to get the wall bang from Bad Benny, the double stun from Johan Ayaya. Both teams looking for pressure onto each other's immortals. We got to get the wide angle to really capture all that action right up in here. The race is remarkably close leading into halftime, but it is a very slight Oxygen advantage. Of course, first immortals are always in the same position every game, and that is race position. They are opposite to their home positions. Both teams able to get some free damage right here. Level 7 advantage secured for the members of Oxygen Esports. Nick gonna get yanked on out of there before it's a problem, and there's Bad Benny with the stun.
Johan Adaya throwing him out of there, trying to get some distance. Hildreth goes right back in, and then we see the root landing on Urel. Still a little bit of a trade back and forth. Johan Ayaya is a bit low. Gets the slam from Bad Benny and the flipped over. They're looking for the kill. Blaze gets stunned by the Immortal. And off of that, Immortal goes to Oxygen Esports. I have to keep looking back over to, your stream screen because I don't see anything in game. I'm just getting like a stream over Discord.
Yep, Rockwell is looking at the in-game stream over Discord. She does not get the benefit of the in-game overlay, of the stream overlay, rather, that is. Trust me, Rockwell, I do it all the time, all right? I'm always looking over at my own OBS preview, like, who's this again? All right, and now the members of Three-Legged Cat on the defense right here. This is, of course, all 5 members of Oxygen Esports pressuring out on this push. Menaldor approaching for the flank, however, there's the flip onto Johan Ayaya, and the CC chaining is beautiful as always. Johan Ayaya will go down. Menaldor taking some damage. Oh, there's the concussion mine, sending them right into the members of Oxygen. Hariath trying to take out Hans, will not be able to find it. Arcane Orb sending them out. Immortal finally goes down, and that is an extremely successful first Immortal of the game right there. Going all the way past first Fort and actually going so far as to even do some damage to bottom gate right there. Oxygen's got to be feeling good about the flow of the game so far.
It looks like off that, they're going to pick up this camp. Junkrat might need to be a little careful in the top lane. It looks like they're doing a rotation up there to possibly contest that top camp, or they're going somewhere mid lane.
Now, Rockwell, you seem to be implying that the members of Three-Legged Cat would gank Junkrat off camera, as I completely miss it looking at the wrong lane. And I don't think anything like that's ever happened, okay? So I resent this implication right here, as now level 10 is around the corner for the members of Oxygen Esports. Let's take another look at those first couple talents right there.
It's my apologies for, assuming something because I'm looking at that mini-map DLC that you seem to ignore.
I'm just a free-to-play gamer, okay? I can't afford the minimap DLC, as Diablo dives right on into their lightning breath, trying to finish off the members of Three-Legged Cat, not going to be able to find it. Bad Benny now backing off. Johanna Ayado getting popped underneath the fort for Three-Legged Cat. The pressure from Oxygen has been absolutely immense so far. The healing from Yasu going to continue to keep the members of Oxygen Esports up, as now both forts fall before level 10 has even been secured for Three-Legged Cat. Certainly not what they wanted. Oxygen again continuing to keep up the pressure.
And now, you know, this usual thing that, you know, we rarely see on this map of both teams going to get their bruiser camp at the exact same time before objective. I don't know why anyone does this. It's a really weird strat.
Yep, totally. There's a reason why it's not ubiquitous or anything in every single game of Battlefield ever played, of course. It's similar to Alterac, honestly, in that there's a pretty defined camp meta that you just always see. Now, both Immortals adopting defensive positions, standing on their home side of the field. Li Ming, of course, this is where she shines on Battlefield of Eternity. Her ability to safely pressure the Immortal from extremely far back is always going to be present. But here is a stun from Bad Benny onto Johan Ayaya, and there's the light bomb going to be tossed back out by Johan Ayaya. But, oh, Yrel able to pop the Ardent Defender just in time to survive, but the fight continues.
Bad Benny just wants to go back in. He's looking for blood, and the fire's coming out, flaring onto everybody on the team, not really getting anything, but we see a good stun onto Johan Ayaya. He's trying to throw people off. He's trying to make his way out of there using Decimate to slow, but he's going to be taken down in the end.
Rant jumping back in immediately gets counter-stunned. The response is instantaneous, getting the double kill for Oxygen Esports. This will surely secure second objective in their favor.
Bad Benny has just been on these stuns to punish Genji every single time. Genji dashes in and immediately you see that twinkle in his eye and he just slams him into a wall.
I feel like there's a joke to be made about a twinkle in your eye and slamming something into the wall, but that's a little bit too lowbrow for me, as now Oxygen Esports, 8 kills to 1, gets ready to pressure out into this bot lane. Hans stepping forward very aggressively. Here's Johan Ayaya, actually gets flipped towards Nick, tosses him to his team, mid-toss, gets pulled out. There it is from Yasu. You love to see those leap of faith. Menildor hopping over the wall, trying to get on out of here. Here's Bad Benny, though. Wait a second, is Menildor going to get this Hearth?
Oh my god.
Wait, no! Menildor escapes. Bad Benny tried to fire stomp over the wall to try and get some vision of Menildor for the wallbang. Not able to find it. Menildor, great timing on that Hearth, but this is, of course, still a very tanky Immortal right now. I was about to call it a Punisher. I always get them mixed up. Copenhagen lands the big stun onto the... Oh, there's another concussion mine. Menildor in the thick of things does not have Ardent Defender. Forced to jump out right here. And this is looking like first keep of the game, 10 minutes in for Oxygen Esports.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot they can do. Are they gonna push a little bit?
They're not going anywhere.
Are they gonna look for a kill and maybe push core? They're not leaving. Hans is over there. He's on the core. He's playing around it.
Oxygen has yet to leave, and this core shield is about to fall. It is now officially down. At this point, Three-Legged Cat is actually taking core damage. Stun combo goes out onto Harayath. Only 10.5 minutes into this game, Oxygen is here at the core. Light bomb onto Copenhagen. Johan Ayaya trying to keep their teammates alive. Bad Benny will be the next target for Three-Legged Cat. Riptire is lurking. Ardent Defender forced out from the Yrel. So much being traded back and forth. Another kill for Oxygen Esports as this core drops lower and lower, dipping below 60.
They're still trying their hardest. They're getting stuns out there, decimating. They're trying to slow it, but with no DPS up. And there goes Johan Ayaya. Genji comes in with the X-Strike, trying to get damage, trying to get them off the core, but it's too late. Core is down. Game goes over to Oxygen Esport.
Just Oxygen Esport, just one.
Yeah.
The singular Oxygen Esport.
Okay, Oxygen Esports.
No. I love this, Rockwell. I think that we should have teams. You should only earn the esports title when you are in more than one game, which Oxygen is. Oxygen does compete in more than one game. They also do Rocket League, as well as, I want to say, Rainbow Six. But when you have a team that only does one esport, they should just be called esport until they do another game. Right there. What pressure from the members of Oxygen, able to take out that game in a flash. I think that most teams not named Oxygen would have backed off right there, but they just knew that they could end the game, and we've got that post-game scoreboard. Let's go ahead and take a look.
By the way, I am in the game now. If it would be allowed for me to actually be a ref in the game to look at talents and stuff without having to depend on you to look at those.
You are unfortunately going to have to use our Discord screen share for this. That is just how it works. I am sorry. And that is the agreement that I have with Masters Clash, is that I am allowed to bring on co-casters, but they have to use the Discord screen share.
All right, well, then that tells me that I am just going to be bugging you quite more often to look at those talents.
Yes, do it, please. I would love an in-person live vocal reminder to look at talents. That is, you say this like this is a bad thing. 1 kill secured in that entire game for the members of Three-Legged Cat, as we are now waiting to see what the map choice is going to be for game number 2. And certainly I'm seeing in the chat, Vala dominated that damage chart. She did indeed. Look at Nick's pressure right here. 45k siege damage, a solid nearly 20k ahead of second place right there on either team. Nick able to just play so aggressively, so much trust in their teammates, in Yasu to yank them out, in their front line to provide those bunkers and to provide that peel right there. And that's just kind of the Oxygen special, is having Nick step forward aggressively. We saw it with the Cassia 2 weeks ago. We're seeing it here today. Just so much trust in their teammates, so much ability to step forward right there. Absolutely huge stuff as we still wait for game number 2. We do indeed have our lobby up. Let's go ahead and see what map was chosen for game 2, series 2 of the day. It's going to be on Cursed Hollow. Let's see which team chose this. We do not have the specific information just quite yet. Our map screen not fully updated, but we did know at least that it wasn't going to be on Sky Temple or Volskaya Foundry. Those were, of course, the 2 maps banned out by each team right here. Game 2, though, going to be played on Cursed Hollow.
Now, I will admit, I'm a bit of a biased person when it comes to certain situations, and since we're on a large map, I am really hopeful to see a Falstad played by literally anyone, because he's just my favorite bird.
Mm-hmm. When I first had met Rockwell, it was in watching Girls Gang Squad when I was commentating it, and I couldn't help but notice that the bird was just getting perma-banned every game.
You want to know, Mocker? He still gets banned. I have barely played him in like a year, but then I just joined GG's and they're like, oh man, guys, Rockwell's here. We got to get rid of that bird. It's too much of a problem. We're going to get wind tunneled into a tiny wall on Tomb of the Spider Queen and never let it go, Kai.
Hey, that just... I'm sorry you have to deal with that, Rockwell. I can't relate in any way. That sounds so awful to have everybody know what hero you like to play and to just constantly ban it out. I'm really happy that I don't have anything like that going on in my life, as we now take it into series number 2, game number 2, Cursed Hollow, going to be our map of choice right here. And this map was chosen by Oxygen Esports, so Three-Legged Cat will have the first pick available to them in this game. Imagine meeting Falstad in real life and it's just the dwarf without the bird. I mean, that's how Falstad was represented in World of Warcraft. Falstad, when you saw him in WoW, was just a dude standing there. Specifically having the griffin was, if anything, I want to say a little bit of Hot's original spice that wasn't quite present in World of Warcraft, as we see Junkrat first banned out by Three-Legged Cat.
And true fans of him will know, there's people who call Falstad the bird. Falstad's not the bird. Falstad's the dwarf. Does anyone know what the bird's called? I do.
I don't think a single Heroes of the Storm player has ever called the bird Falstad. I don't think anyone's ever made that misconception. But please fill us in. What's the name of the bird, Rockwell?
Look, I've been with people who have called the bird Falstad. Okay, look, you're not around Falstad enough. You don't know all of those myths and legends.
I'm not in the culture. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
You're not in the flock, as we say.
Ah, of course. What's the name of Falstad's bird, Rockwell?
It's Swiftwing, and she's a wonderful, wonderful girl.
Swiftwing?
Yes.
That's like Harry Potter levels of on the nose. That's okay. That's like naming a character Remus Lupin, all right? And he's the werewolf. Regardless. Bird is called Fall, dwarf is Stad. Yeah, it's a Cho'Gall situation. And now Lucio being picked up by Three-Legged Cat. Oxygen opting to pick both of their front line. A bit of a rare decision right there. Tank and offlane picked in the 2-3. They want to completely obscure whatever it is they've got going on in the backline for after that third ban.
Yeah! Sorry, I'm sorry. So we see Blaze and Falstad getting picked up by three-legged cats.
Blaze and Falstad, who Rockwell is a main of and always enjoys seeing. Rockwell, I ask that you keep any extended complaints about the Falstad's build to a minimum, as we are indeed commentating some games right here. VARIAN now going to be banned out by the side of Oxygen. And I still want to see what this backline is going to present for the side of Oxygen. I can't help but think a Zeratul got to be on the table anytime Falstad is available and you've completely hidden your backline structure, but it is going to be Hammer banned out. Oxygen always a threat to pull out that Hammer, even on such a large map as Cursed Hollow. Let's see what they do now that they're finally going to have to show us some of that backline.
And we see Hanzo coming out, and then Brightwing. Got to get a global again on that side. We see all three globals out in play right now.
All three globals?
Yeah.
Are there three globals?
What? You know, Falstad, Dahaka, Brightwing?
I guess there are only technically like three globals if you just pretend Abathur doesn't exist and you're not counting Stage Dive because it's a level 10.
I'm talking about natural globals. You know, the
yeah,
slug doesn't really count for me.
Only the homegrown globals right there. Yeah, completely organic.
You know, the OGs, the original globals.
Of course. And now Genji last picked on the side of Oxygen. I am a little bit curious what that 10 pick is going to be. For Johan Ayaya, numerous interrupts available for the Mosh Pit and on such a large map as Cursed Hollow. Is it still going to be the Mosh, or are we going to see the Stage Dive for a second global right here? Both teams with a significant amount of rotational pressure, macro pressure, and of course boss control as we take it in to game number 2 of Three-Legged Cat versus Oxygen. Again, as anybody who's been watching these games would maybe know by now, these are best of 2s, so it's always 2 games no matter what. So this will finish off this series, and then after we see Three-Legged Cat versus Oxygen, we're going to see Rage Quit Gaming take on Masters Clash Academy. That's going to be our next series after this one right here. We have our game now loaded and available. Let's go ahead and slide in. On the right side, for the members of Oxygen Esports, we have Bad Benny playing that Johanna, Hans, aka Nick, on Genji, Hasu on that Hanzo, Yasu, not Hasu, going to be on that Brightwing, and 19CM, also known as Copenhagen, playing the Dahaka. Who do we have on the left side of our screen? Rockwell, off of memory, go!
Okay, Johan I know is on ETC. Okay. Drake here's on Falstad, Hirith on Sylvanas. We have Captain Rex on Lucio, and then we have Menaldor on Blaze.
Beautiful. Of course, I would never really do that to you, Rockwell. And now Bad Benny going out here, and both teams vying for control of that square bush in the moment. And there's Hans stepping in forward as well. Big damage coming out. This is a large scuffle between these two teams. Nick now finally going to blade dash right on out of there. Receives the phase shift from Yasu. Yasu is going to be phase shifting a lot, as every Brightwing is, thanks to, I didn't even have to look at the level 1 before I started calling it out, thanks to that level 1 talent right there. Hypershift, giving lots of cooldown reduction, able to always be a nuisance around the field right there. And now Oxygen is going to go ahead and cycle Hasu over towards bot lane, and we're going to see a siege camp capped pretty soon, I believe, by the members of Oxygen. Nope. Alrighty.
Nope, we gotta play in the mid lane. We gotta get those stacks on Hanzo for that W build. We gotta get the damage in here. There ain't no time for camps, except for right now, where we might be going to camp.
And now, utilizing that agile dismount there, we see Hans getting started with the bruiser camp right here. Copenhagen, I believe, based on the minimap movement, landing a tongue onto Metal Door. Both teams on their bruiser camps at the moment. Harayath and Captain Rex taking out these bruisers, as well as Hans, Yasu, and Hasu over here for Oxygen taking out theirs. Both teams going to opt for control over this mid lane, trying to keep each other's bruiser camps down and their own alive before leading into siege camp, starting with first objective. Actually not going to be a siege camp pushing during first objective, instead taken right away. Nick getting started with it just now.
You know, at the beginning you said that you wouldn't test me like that, but I do want you to know that I have written down everybody's names and what they're on, so I could actually pass that test.
Okay, you love to see it. Alrighty. You love to see a caster doing their due diligence right there. That is, of course, why Rockwell is a professional. And now both teams with a little bit of exchange in mid lane, of course, but as the team that caps Bruiser second is usually the victor, so too is the case right here with Three-Legged Cat, able to get Bruiser advantage here in the mid lane. Still yet to take their siege camp, however, as Oxygen's siege camp has yet to be captured. Hans cleared it earlier, but has yet to take it. And now the push continues from Three-Legged Cat. Bad Benny trying to get that clear here, trying to take out this mage minion if possible. And now Harayath starting to back out as Hans pressures the back line. Will Blade Dash right on out of there. Ooh, Bad Benny taking a lot of damage. Iron Skin got completely worn through. Will be forced to reset entirely. Oxygen's mid-gate taking lots of damage in the meantime. Three-Legged Cat heading to objective number 1.
Now, reflexively, I wanted to say, ooh, Johanna, getting low, but that's not who's playing Johanna, is it?
I do not know this person's any other name for them. I've called them Johan every single series. Although I know what you're saying. I know it's Bad Benny on the Joho. I just also want to say that I do not know of any other way to refer to that player. And you have to say as goofily as possible at least once. That is also a rule of casting this player in particular. Johan, looking for the flank right here. Almost lands the power slide, but just doesn't have the length for it. And now here is Bad Benny playing interference. Captain Rex as well. Falstad looking for that split push pressure. Hold on, Copenhagen though, and Harayath trading hits. Not going to find anything just quite yet, as first objective still not going over to either team.
Looks like Falstad might try to be rotating up, but it seems like he's staying down there with Dahaka. It's mostly just interference and trade back, but we do see Lucio getting really low. Hans going in for the kill, and then Harayath is not going to make it out either, taken down from all of the poke, and Hans looks like this first cap is going to go over to the Oxygen Esports.
The Oxygen Esports. They've already been promoted from a single esport to the Oxygen Esports. I love you, Rockwell. I'm just
mispronounce the name, I guess, is the game.
It's not even a mispronunciation. I'm just being pedantic. All right, as we now come into this, as we're setting up a full level lead for Oxygen Esports right here. Captain Rex skating on by, thinks better of it. Oxygen may give up this objective. This is commonly, if you're going to give up an objective, this is the one. A very tough position to aggress onto. Johan with a deep scouting position on that ETC. I believe Three-Legged Cat has yet to secure their siege camp, however. Now Nick playing aggressively onto Harayath. Blade dashes on out of there. That's a long tongue. Gets interrupted by Captain Rex, however. Lucio, of course, always able to boop Dahaka out of those tongue stuns. ETC sliding right on out of there. Both teams looking to secure this objective. It is not going to be ceded by Oxygen.
So far, everybody's slowly converging in here except for Dahaka, but we all know he has this brush stalker. He can come in at any time. Captain Rex looking for that cap, going to be interrupted by Brightwing. Harayath is there on the Brightwing doing a lot of damage, but she's going to be able to slowly get out of there. The teams are engaging. Harayath getting a bit low, having to back out. Hans getting that Brightwing Z to keep him up and take down the kill. And then we see the arrow come out to solidify the Lucio kill as well. The rest of the team backing out. They don't have their 10s. And this one also going to go over to Oxygen Esports, which is their name.
Thank you for that clarification, Rockwell. And now Oxygen Esports freshly off the double kill as they have a 4-kill-to-0 advantage in this game, will steal the boss of Three-Legged Cat and start heading over across the map, likely toward their own boss is what I expect to see. However, Hasuab's actually camping out in this bot lane, not going for the double boss play right here, instead simply going to push with this boss at the moment. Every time I try and make a prediction, like, of course this is the next thing the team will do, I'm always wrong. And Han's taking big damage thanks to that Wailing Arrow, but will be able to get on out of there. Yasu with the blink heal does not have another one, tries to phase shift out, but will fall, and that is the first kill of the game for Three-Legged Cat. Three-Legged Cat less than 7 minutes in, matching their kill count from game 1 with the blisteringly high amount of 1. And now 1 kill to 4 between these two teams. 2 captures of the tribute in favor of Oxygen compared to nothing for Three-Legged Cat. A quick capture of this siege camp right here before Oxygen will surely return. And now both teams vying for control of this next objective.
See a bit of a poke come out on Harayev, but she's going to be fine and going to back on out of there. Just a little bit of poking exchange, you know. Not too much happening on the screen at the moment.
Ooh, Captain Rex rotating over. Jet propulsion from Metal Door does not land onto the burrow to 19 cm. Will not be able to find anything just quite there. As Genji actually takes out the Falstad. Rockwell, live reaction. How do you feel?
A little upset, but honestly, I'm not surprised, having faced that death many times before.
Oh, polymorph from Yasu, perfectly timed to prevent Harayev from taking the Shadow Wave, will be followed up by the Dragon Arrow, and that is a quick extra 2 kills for Oxygen after having picked off the Falstad. And now getting a triple kill before objective is what you love to see, but actually going to forego the objective, at least for the moment, looking to take boss in its stead. Bottom Siege Giant still pushing as well, will be cleared by Falstad soon, but not before doing some damage onto that bot lane. Hasuab's looking for the capture onto this objective, but this is actually Johan Ayaya directly stage diving into the action, trying to get the steal, but Johan Ayaya will fall. Oxygen able to take their boss. Metal Door is in the thick of things. Wow, it gets hit by the boss route, able to get inside the bunker to avoid it, is gonna be dead. I was gonna say okay, I'm just so used to saying that, but no, dead, dead, dead. Bad Betty now stepping forward, looking for the pressure. These forts are completely off. They will be of no assistance to the members of Three-Legged Cat. They are merely roadblocks. Bad Benny stepping forward, receiving the phase shift from Yasu. Captain Rex in the thick of things, but it's actually Harayev receiving the gust, trying to use that Wailing Arrow to save themselves. Hanzo, no, Hans, not Hanzo. This is the most frustrating team to cast of all time. They've got a Hanzo, and they've got a dude named Hans, and they've got a dude named Hasu, and a dude named Yasu. They're just trying to mess with me. Jet propulsion lands from Metal Door, is gonna be able to land the stun. Copenhagen now running away from the members of Three-Legged Cat, hits the burrow, trying to get on out of here with the fancy feet, lands the isolation onto ETC, and hold on a second, there's the Dragon Arrow. 19 cm yet to go down, is still continuing to be on the run. There's a stage dive, lands onto Copenhagen, will get the slow onto him. Yasu also in the thick of things, and Dahaka somehow still alive throughout all of this. Such a slippery lizard right there. And hold on a second, 19, the chase continues, Rocco. It's okay, it's finally done.
At some point there near the end, it was almost like that, you know, it's an insult at this point. I mean, Brightwing could have been a kill as well, but just gonna slowly get out of there as they're just like have tunnel vision on Dahag of like, okay, you have offended us, sir, you must die.
This core is going to take significant damage from Three-Legged Cat, as that Looney Tunes-esque chase onto the Dahaka kept them distracted for the base from so long that a third of their core's HP has now dropped away. That is going to make it significantly easier for Oxygen to end the game through a top lane push at any point later in this game. Bad Benny now standing here on the flank, looking to see if they can catch.
Bad Benny gonna meet up in that little corridor. Metal Door got caught out there, just completely closed into that corridor and taken down immediately.
Okay. Oxygen Esports with 11 kills to 2 in this game. Absolutely in the driver's seat so far. Lands the Dragon Arrow onto Johan Ayaya. Gets the Crowd Surfer over the wall, but there's Hasu with the scatter. Absolutely well placed. The defense from Three-Legged Cat trying to hold on to this position, but Oxygen has just gotten everything they've wanted this game, continuing the push pressure. It is absolutely huge. This wave is massive, and they're not letting up just quite yet.
Looks like they're going to have to back out and just let the keep go and clear the wave, hopefully after they leave or look for a pick. And they're just going to clear the wave and live to fight another day. 2 keeps down, the last keep standing on half their legs, and there might be a fight over the boss now.
No, I think I'm just baiting you with my camera placement, Rockwell. As we should take a look at those talents, by the way. I feel like it's been a couple hours since I've looked at those. Let's go ahead and show those on screen right here. Johan Ayaya stepping forward, actually slides over the wall directly onto Copenhagen. We'll be able to shave a little bit of HP off, but there's Bad Benny on the rotation. Lucio just absolutely melting like chocolate on the pavement on a hot Texas day. Will go down. Drakir gets the gust to attempt to get them out of there. ETC with the 3-foot stage dive. Falstad dying off screen to Genji on the rotation on that flank right there. The stun from Metaldoor trying to finish off Nick. Deflect buying time for Brightwing to show up, and the chase continues.
Metaldoor in a bit of a world of hurt there. Probably just, yeah, he's going to be taken out, a bit surrounded by everybody. And it looks like they're going to follow through, and they're going to get that boss. Push on the keep, probably take down the last keep, and potentially they could look at core here.
Oh, absolutely, honestly. I mean, when you're on the final healthy keep of the game for Three-Legged Cat, they're running out of opportunities at this point. They would love to find an equal talent tier fight if they could, but also Oxygen fully has the capability to simply wait for level 20 and try and win with that. Their boss is going to be up in 20 seconds. If they can get the end right here, they will of course take it, but 20 is just around the corner if Oxygen were to want it, even if this push is successful by the members of Three-Legged Cat. Three-Legged Cat now forming up here, trying to save their last keep. It will go down, trying to save their core actually at this point.
Oh, we see a tongue onto Johan Ayaya, who is going to get out of there with a high five from Lucio.
And the boss continues to step forward. Actually, an immediate stun onto Genji. Agile dismounting forward. Wait a minute, Oxygen. The worst time to go in is at level 19.9. Haven't we played Storm League before? Oh no, a double kill in favor of Three-Legged Cat. Hasu, I want to say, actually interrupted out of his natural agility by the members of Three-Legged Cat. A well-timed gust from Falstad. Isolation also will not be able to finish. And all of a sudden, that is a quadra kill out of nowhere. ETC knows exactly where he wants to go, stepping up, taking this boss in the top lane, utilizing that rotation. Falstad will join him thanks to that swift global pressure, but there is so much happening also here as well. Metaldoor needs to defend the base as the rest of the members of Three-Legged Cat now stepping up onto this boss. I feel like ever since Agile Dismount got buffed on Genji, there is just like this chip in Genji players' brains that just demands that they Agile Dismount directly into 5 people at the worst time possible. Okay, that is my headcanon about that character, Rockwell. Would you say that's accurate based on your experiences?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty accurate. I mean, you know, it's not like they don't have an escape. They always have their E. They can always just like dash on out of there, unless of course they get stunned by a Blaze in the like core defense, and then a UTC stun, and then they're dead. But usually they can just kind of dash right out.
Mm-hmm. The response instantaneous from the members of Three-Legged Cat. Oxygen with a bit of a heavy throw on enemy core, allowing Three-Legged Cat to come back from a game that looked absolutely unwinnable for them right there. Level 20 is now being achieved for both teams, and while this is certainly still heavily in Oxygen's favor due to having all structures down on the side of Three-Legged Cat, this is in fact anyone's game.
With that boss they took, they were able to open up top a little bit, and when they have Sylvanas to shut down towers, all it's going to take is one good team fight to knock out everybody on Oxygen Esports, and then they can just run it down top and get the game.
If Oxygen Esports wins even a single fight at this point, just as you have said, Rockwell, this is going to be game in their favor. The pressure is on for Three-Legged Cat. Bad Benny is here. Oh, Blessed Shield mostly actually gets absorbed by the minion wave rather than the heroes of Three-Legged Cat. Not exactly what you want if you're on the side of Oxygen. Now Bad Benny stepping forward here. Lance Kadem, that's a massive stage dive, hits multiple members of Oxygen. Nick quickly melting. There's a Dragon Arrow though. So much is happening, so many abilities being traded back and forth. Copenhagen, Wailing Arrowed by the Sylvanas, will drop as he almost just barely gets out, but not quite able to find it. Oxygen now on the retreat, walking away right here. Only Dahaka going to fall. Three-Legged Cat finding another crucial pickoff as they struggle to get back into this game, but it is looking winnable for them. Still a lot of work left.
Looks like with Johanna IIS positioning, going to slide in with that crowd surfer onto Bad Benny. A lot of damage coming out onto him. We see Brightwing coming in with the phase shift, going to take him out. X-Strike comes down, hits everybody on the team. Instant reset. Second X-Strike. Doesn't seem to land to get those resets, and team is going to retreat. Three-Legged Cats is going to walk back and lick their wounds, and then come back to engage another day.
Three-Legged Cat, not sure if they plan on contesting this objective. This is very, very far away from their base, and I don't think they'll be able to secure a positioning for it at this point, so not going to give it over. And what we are seeing is very likely next objective fight after this one will decide the game. Hold on, Dragon Arrow lands onto Hariath in the back, not going to lead to any follow-up as Bad Benny's Blessed Shield was on cooldown. And in fact, this will actually be, I forgot about the massive delay leading into Curse. This will not be contested by the members of Three-Legged Cat right here. Oxygen securing it, and both teams at 2 out of 3 tributes secured for Curse. Very, very likely next team fight will be the one that decides this game.
I predict next team fight's going to be over this boss that they're starting right now. Oxygen and Esports, they're looking to come in. They're going to check to see if they're on it, and they are. We do have that wind tunnel to help secure it, but here comes Hans coming in on Middledor, getting that poke. Johanna comes straight in onto it. Unstoppable. You can't wind tunnel her off of it. She's managing to avoid it, and it's go. Oh, and it goes over the Johanna stepped off, and then the boss goes over to Three-Legged Cat. We see the tongue onto Middledor, getting super low, going to be taken down. Johanna comes in with that stage dive onto everybody, gets them slowed, but the chase is still on. It's 3D5 here. Oh! And the double swift strike takes out Falstead and Lucio. We see Hariath and Johanna Ayaya, the only ones left on this defense, and immediately Johanna Ayaya comes diving in, gets tongued, and this defense is just Hariath there trying their best, but don't know that they're going to be able to do anything. Core's already at 66% and falling.
It was certainly a valiant attempt by Three-Legged Cat to get back into this game, but anytime you're ever fighting Hanzo in those corridors, those chain-piercing scatter angles, always going to be a concern. What a game right there from Oxygen, looking a little bit shaky after dying at pretty much exactly 19.9, letting Three-Legged Cat get back into that game, but ultimately a 2-0 sweep in favor of Oxygen Esports. We have that post-game lobby loaded up. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right there. What a way to end the game right there. Oxygen, you know, just a little bit of a casual throw to make things interesting.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you got to keep it interesting for the kids watching, you know, that have short attention spans. They need more excitement.
In the era of TikTok and whatnot. Of course, I say this, people were saying the same thing about Vine 5 years ago, whatever, as this is a fast second lobby actually loaded up right there. Sorry you didn't get a ton of time to look at the scoreboard, as I'm already being invited in for game number 1 of series number 3 right here. This is going to be between Rage Quit Gaming versus Masters Clash Academy. Let's take a look at the schedule right here.